Ain't it a great day? Ain't it a great day? Ain't it a great day? Ain't it a great day?
Hello everyone, my name is Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is June 30th, 2025. And Bitcoin's still hovering at resistance, a resistance we've marked off and said it was unlikely to break. So it's still hanging out at resistance, and during the weekend, some altcoins did rally a little bit to the upside, just a bit. But in this episode, I'm going to talk about how we haven't seen anything yet. Altcoins have positioned themselves for that big breakout we've been waiting for, and they're one step closer, but they're not there yet. So we're going to look at exactly where we're at with our corrective progression in the altcoin space, with what Bitcoin's likely to do. And as always, we're going to have a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart just to round things out. So if that all sounds interesting to you, watch until the very end. Hope everyone's having a great day. Let's get into it. Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame. Like I said in the intro, you're still at resistance. You shouldn't expect any kind of breakout from resistance. We all know that resistances are for rejections, right? Breakouts happen below resistances, or below resistances, right? So if you're looking at this channel, you would expect a breakout, if anything, from the midline of the channel, right? Not anywhere at the top of the channel, the bottom of the channel, but the midline of the channel. So like we said in the previous couple episodes, do expect some rejection from this area. And when Bitcoin does indeed reject from here, it will also take altcoins down, okay? But we are indeed waiting for that move down before the larger move up to our prescribed target of around 118. And we found 118 through both Fibonacci extension and through pattern analysis. And we did that analysis in the previous episode, so I'm not going to reiterate or rehash that analysis. So yeah, that's pretty much what Bitcoin's doing. We're expecting a rejection after a little bit more consolidation, probably at some point tonight, and down to this level right here. We expect the 101, 102 level to serve as support for Bitcoin. And then after a little bit of consolidation at this midline, we're expecting big moves in altcoins, right? Obviously, Bitcoin going from about 100 to 118 is big for some people, but the real story is in the altcoin space. So we're going to move to altcoins right now. Let's have a look and see what they're doing. So really interesting. It's been about a week. Has it been a week? Yeah, about a week. Almost exactly a week since altcoins came down to this low, found strong support on this top line of this bull flag, and bolted out. Now, because we look at charts all day, we know that you don't just find support and then just go. No, you expect a progression of a corrective sequence that gets the price chopping a bit and then breaking out. So we're not amateurs here. We're expecting a sequence of corrective patterns that eventually lead to the breakout everybody's expecting. And that sequence, we talked about it, typically takes the form of 2 degrees of AB basing and a pivot, or 3 pairs of corrective patterns, right? And that typically, in my experience, looks like 2 flat corrections, 2 zigzag corrections and a flat correction. So that's what we're looking for, something to that effect. You want to drop down to the hourly time frame, you can see what I'm talking about here. You can see here, once again, you have a very well demarcated zigzag taking you up and out. That was your initial break. That was your initial corrective sequence. So that's one, right? You have a second one here, and I said I didn't really like this one. And I think I was correct in thinking that this wasn't sufficient. Because what I believe is happening here is this is all part and parcel of a larger corrective sequence. So remember when I was saying, if you look here, you can see an inverse head and shoulders, bullish reversal pattern. You can see a neckline at this level. And once we broke out, we should expect a retest of this level eventually. That is what you typically see. And if you look at certain altcoins like Cardano, you're already putting that in. So Cardano's corrective sequence is closer to being complete, although it isn't yet quite complete. But it's done this retest, and I think it's still doing some consolidation here, for instance, before actually breaking out. But here, I think it's quite clear. This right here is all part and parcel. It's one contiguous zigzag. That's what I'm expecting. So for altcoins in general, I'm expecting the following. If you take our Fibonacci retracement tool from the orthodox low to this orthodox high, I'm expecting altcoins after they come here. I think this is kind of like a pivot, or maybe the pivot's coming after. It's going to go up a bit. I'm expecting them to come and retrace down all the way to this level right here. Don't get shocked, surprised, discouraged if you do indeed see that. Nothing you're seeing here is the actual alt season bull market. Bull markets, again, don't dilly-dally. They don't do this, right? Obviously, you can see that in certain instances in wave 4 progressions. But generally speaking, when we're discussing bull markets, when we're discussing impulsive price action, you're going to see more this kind of price action. Just up, 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 up. Sharp corrections, up, 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 up. Maybe a little bit of sideways, but then up, 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 up. It's going to be much stronger. It's going to be much bigger, right? It's not going to be a modest, 10% or whatever this is increase followed by a year-long consolidation. I mean, this isn't a year long, but it's almost a week long, right? That isn't alt season. That isn't a bull market. Not yet. So I think this is just part of your corrective sequence, and you get that here. And then once you get down here, you put in that pivot or that flat correction that finalizes your corrective sequence. You have 1, 2, 3 corrective sequences. That's the start of alt season right here. Okay, I thought during the weekend we would have gotten this declension already and probably this pivot, but price action works on its own time. But we're very, very, very close. Let's look at what we just did right there and what Bitcoin's doing. You can see there is a similarity. There are some similarities, right? You have 1, I think you get 2. So that is 1 zigzag, 2 zigzags, and a flat correction. Very, very similar to what you should expect in the aggregate altcoin chart. Okay? So it's close. It's not there yet, but it's close. All right? And just to round this out, it's going to be a quick video because there's not much to talk about other than, not rehashing, but going back over with a fine-tooth comb, going back over our trade thesis of what's likely happening and why Bitcoin's likely to come down and altcoins are likely to come down, but it's all within this corrective sequence that should catapult us into Altseason 2025. So on this Bitcoin dominance chart, it's very encouraging, right? Remember, we were saying Bitcoin dominance was likely going to reject at this level because on a smaller time frame, I think we were on the 4-hourly time frame, you had these two tops forming. And when you have, I remember saying on the 4-hourly time frame, when you're seeing big wicks like this and you see them doubled, it's very unlikely that this level break. It's pretty much, oh look, it looks like a face, like an angry owl. It pretty much, it's, when I read this as an analyst, it's price action telling me there is a strong resistance at this level and I'm not comfortable breaking it. Is it possible? Absolutely, but it's improbable. As an analyst, when seeing that kind of price action and seeing those kinds of wicks on the 4-hourly time frame, in this context, it's very likely that you get rejection and then a continuation of that into an impulsive move in the to the downside. So that's exactly what we got. And do expect this to continue. Let's look at what this can look like. Now, on the daily time frame, I think you can have a better understanding as to why Altseason is right here. It's right around the corner. It is, I mean, we can see it. Look at this Bitcoin dominance chart on the daily time frame. You're losing this level with a double top on the 4-hourly time frame. The question you should pose yourself is, where's your next logical support level? Okay, that's always a question to ask. Where is the next logical level of support where when Bitcoin dominance comes down, it's very likely to find some support? Okay? And I don't think there are any obvious answers other than this level right here, all the way the fuck down here. Because when you're looking at the chart, and for those of you who don't understand what this is and why it's significant, well, this Bitcoin dominance chart basically tells us when it's going down that altcoins are beating out Bitcoin in terms of market capitalization, i.e. altcoins are flying and Bitcoin's not doing much, i.e. Bitcoin may be going from 100 or 102 to 118 and altcoins may be doing 100, 200, 300% or something crazy like that, right? So that is very exciting. This is why when you look at this chart and you study this chart, Bitcoin dominance has been going up and to the right, literally up and to the right without much interruption. So when it does break, it's going to break violently to the next logical support, which is down here. There's nothing anywhere that you can expect with the high level of confidence to hold this price, right? And I'm saying price, I know it's an indicator, but what else are we going to call it? This has to come down here, all the way down here, and that is a significant move. Do you see what, like, that's a significant move. I talked about why this level was a logical next level of support. This is a multi-year resistance now. Because we're above it, it's going to be support. This is also going to be the nexus of this rising wedge breaking down. Remember, rising wedges break down to the base in pattern analysis. So there's a lot of reasons why when this breaks down, it's going to break down big, i.e. when altcoins do actually pump next, they're going to pump big. That's why the targets are 100, 200, 300 plus % from where we're currently at, right? This is the first big move of Altseason 2025. This chart confirms it. on the smaller time frames, the breakdown is very encouraging. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful. Like, share, and subscribe. If you got value, consider tipping me by Venmo, Litecoin, Cash App, all at the pinned comment below, and consider my crypto portfolio mentorship and consultation service, where I help you pick altcoins that are actually going to yield sustained gains in this coming alt season, in this coming crypto bull market. And I help you balance your portfolio, choose up to 5 altcoins, and each month we can meet up to 2 hours one-on-one, and I send you probable levels of support and resistance so you can maximize your portfolio by buying tops and selling tops and buying bottoms. All right, that's it for me, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Endeavors to occupy my prevalent time slot. I vocalize, too deep to localize. Even when I'm right on the surface, you act surprised how I work this, but I can't lie. Many a good alibi. I'll catch you later.
Visions are vividly enhanced with emphasis and amethyst to develop morale advantages which help us manifest magnanimous. We body vitals like evangelists. So listen when you're dealing with people who be revealing premonitions with precision. At least that's what I'm aiming at for now. I speak the language of the world, meandering throughout the crowd. Used to feel safe to say anything, but now it's a risk. It's hard for me to let go when all I can do is reminisce. Gone like the wind, here's where I begin. Should I smile or